woke. Look, we're making the new counterculture whether they want it or not. So who's going to run the non-woke answer to Newsarama or the non-autistic IGN?
Our new co-host that will be taking Richard's spot on the show is Mr. Emily Music! My next co-host, the man who will absolutely make you change. And by making you change, what I mean by that is he is going to help you change from having that story in your head to putting it on paper and putting it into people's hands. And this is the man, the myth, the legend, Daniel P. Riley of whimsyland.org.
Alcohol. A good Christian boy.
#1 Iron Age Booty Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce. Welcome back to A Drink with Crazy. I am buying a goat. I love goat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Age Nights. What's going on, everybody? Oh, good Lord. All right. We are live on so many platforms tonight. It's ridiculous. We're over on YouTube. We're on the Green website. We're not allowed to say. We're on Twitch because I'm allowed to say that. What's going on, everybody? It has been a hell of a week. I am going to do a thing. Usually I say hi, hello, what's going on. I'm going to say hi to the chat real quick because we got chats in the room. I'm going to say hi, hello to the chat. And then I'm going to rant for a minute, guys, because it's been a frustrating ass fucking week, if you guys don't mind. And then, oh, God, I have a thing. Who is that? Who is that? That is Horizon Talker. What's going on? Sorry, I have messages and stuff popping up. It's really, really annoying. It's wonderful how YouTube and I have so many windows. I have 6 windows on this monitor. I have 1 on this monitor. That's where I can see all the gloriousness of the project we're about to check out.
I have 7 open.
Right. There you go.
Oh, wait, now.
I have 6 windows on this screen, and I have 4 tabs open on this screen, and that doesn't count all the shit that I have hidden right now.
I have 1 because I'm lazy.
No. Oh shit, my DaVinci Resolve is still open. I should close that. That's gonna bog down. Yeah, I have so many things open right now. Hey, what's going on, chat? We got Horizon Talker. We got AS Bruner. What's going on? Evely, stop associating with chat. Christopher D. Brand. What's going on, dude? We got Garham. How are you? We've got Herman P. Hunter, the Lore Forge as well. Guys, I know there's a few more of you in the chat than that. You can say hello. But ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolutely insane week. So and then also I wanted to say, Maji Chan sent in a $25 PayPal donation. Thank you so much, Maji Chan, for doing that. She did that before the show. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate that. We got Ram. What's going on? He just stopped by to say hi. Why is Daniel P. Riley dressed like a detective? Well, apparently the Thought Don showed up and he dressed up, and so everybody else was like, we need to dress to impress. And I'm just like, motherfucker, this is my house. I dress how I want to. So
don't hate. I look good.
I'm drinking out of a thermos to offset
what does that remind me? That reminds me of Men in Black. It's like, I make this look good. That was like, oh, Will Smith. Thank you so much, Maji Chan, for the $25 PayPal super chat. Thank you. So, all right, for everybody who has been wondering, I know we've kind of updated a bunch of people through Twitter and through the Discord. So, for everybody who's wondering, my daughter is home. She's doing good now. She's on antibiotics until obviously antibiotics run out. So basically, our daughter got really, really, really sick between Tuesday and Wednesday. And my wife and I are not the type of people that we immediately rush to hospitals or doctors. Usually, I mean, we can take care of it. It got to a point we couldn't take care of it. So my wife took our little girl to the ER here in our town. On Wednesday morning, I was at work. I was doing a training, an OSHA training for the week, and my wife was updating me through text. And the doctors here in town run a couple of tests here and there, not much. They're not doing a whole lot for her. And then around about 11 o'clock, they tell us that they want her to go to another hospital because they think she has fluid around her brainstem. Which, as a parent, is fucking terrifying. So I tell everybody in my OSHA class, most of them being parents, and they're like, "You need to leave." I'm their manager, and like, Royce, you need to go home. I'm like, yeah, I need to go home because I'm like 3 hours away at this point. So I'm 3 hours away from my house, but if I get to my house, I'm at least only an hour away from the hospital she's going to. So my wife and I are absolutely freaking out. We're like, oh my God, this could be a really, really bad thing. We go to the better hospital that's an hour away from us in a more of a major city. And, my wife gets there around about like 12:30 ish. And so, they start monitoring my daughter. They get her hooked up to fluids. She needed fluids because she was like puking and stuff, like couldn't hold out. So this is nuts. And so the doctors are taking care of my daughter. And the one doctor is like, wait a minute, they want me to do a spine. What is it called? It's called a lumbar prick. So basically they want, like, they're like, the hospital that we live close to is recommending this. And he's like, look, I don't have an issue doing this. I've done 1,000 of them. He's like, but she's 8 years old and we are going to rule out everything in the book before we do that. And so from 11 o'clock in the morning, and I had to drive home, and I'm sitting there just wound for sound. Like, I call my buddy, I'm talking with him. He's the only buddy. So my daughter is in the hospital. My wife is there with her. I finally get home. I'm just chilling with the kiddos. And we're like, and now they're saying, look, if we don't know what's going on, yeah, lumbar pricks are not present. Yeah, the hedge knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's 8 years old, by the way. And so we're like, holy crap, this could be really bad if it's what the first hospital said. And thankfully, we had doctors who actually cared and actually wanted to take time with the patient, which pisses me off about that, because I think the hospital that we have here in town, I just think, oh, if they can't deal with it in 5 minutes, they just get rid of you. Because this is the same hospital that started saying wild shit when my wife had issues earlier this year. And they sent us, so we go to the good hospital's doing a bunch of tests, and they're like, look, we might keep her overnight, but we're going to do every test we can to make sure that she, like, before we do this lumbar prick, because that's a big thing for an 8-year-old to go through. So they do some testing. It comes back. Apparently, we find out that she ended up with two things at the same time that were just, so apparently the doctors are telling us she probably like wiped wrong or didn't clean properly. She ended up with a bladder infection, like a UTI, and mono. And I'm like, I haven't thought about mono in years. I forgot what the fuck this thing was. And so they're like, yeah, so she ended up with two things at the same time. The one, mono, you just got to let it run its course. It's a viral thing. You just have to, the UTI, they're like, yeah, she just needs to make sure she's, keeping clean, this, that, and the other thing. We're like, what the fuck? Like, okay, cool. So now we're on antibiotics. She's here. She's home. We're hydrating her. She is on bed rest for the next week. She is allowed to get up and go to the bathroom. And if she really has to stretch her legs, she's allowed to do that. But she is home. She is fine. She is currently playing video games right now with her brother and sisters. And Wednesday was just stress to the max. That's why I canceled Comic Shop Wednesday. As soon as I found out that it was, because I didn't sleep all the night before. My wife, my wife did like a 40-hour day. She woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. Like, she just went, because she was like, my wife trooped through. And I, as soon as I found out, like, okay, cool, they're on their way home, that my little girl's okay, it's not the fucking end of the fucking world like the first hospital told us that it was, those idiots. I was like, the stress just left my body. And as soon as the stress left my body, I was like, I need to lay down. I went to bed at like 6:30. People were messaging me. I didn't get any messages until the next day because I slept for like 10 hours. I just like, the stress left. And like, for anybody out there as a parent, when like, I'm sure all of us have been through this. Daniel, I think you've actually told me some stories where people were like, your daughter has this thing. And you're like, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world. And they're like, oh, by the way, it's not that thing that we told you. And you're like, okay. But yeah, so for everybody who wants to know, that's the kind of the whole story there with like my daughter. I want to thank everybody for your thoughts and your prayers and reaching out and the DMs that you guys had sent and the messages to me and my wife. And like I said, we really appreciate you guys. It was just, man, that was just a stressful day. When you're given false information that turns out to not be the end of the world, it was a very stressful day. So that's how my week was. Hey, Daniel, how was your week?
My week's been pretty good.
Good.
You know, as you can see, I am no longer in the seat of power down by the fireplace. Trying things out. I might have an issue with my laptop's network card, which is why the last couple of weeks I kept glitching out. We'll see how this goes. But it's inspired me to do some redecorating of the sanctum here. So over the course of the next few Iron Age nights, you'll start to see some things popping up on the walls as I get it set up.
I don't like change. Change is bad. Change is bad. That's why the sword
Deal
is
with it.
crooked. I tell you guys to deal with it, and you guys all get mad at me. You're like, it's part of the
there's that. The G 2 comic it's got like 3 weeks left on the Second Chance campaign. So if you have not gotten your issue, got to get it soon.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
Now that's the Second Chance campaign. The Fund My Comic campaign, everybody, with the exception of I think 3 that I've got to deal with some other print issues. My t-shirt guy is being slow. So those of you that ordered t-shirts, your order's going to take probably an extra week. But all the rest of the books are flying out to everyone who backed through Fund My Comic now.
That's awesome,
they're already out and in the air.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then, of course, the last one is October 1st is when Heir of the Dragon, the new book, comes out. I'm not going to force Royce to do an entire IAK for me for that one, though, unless he really wants to.
I will. At this point, you guys book more guests than I do. And I'm gonna be really honest with you. It's been fucking awesome.
That's all Daniel. I've done. I think I did one. Daniel's just been on fire with it.
Dude, you guys have been like, hey, this guy said this date. And I'm like, sweet, I'll put it in the calendar. I'm like, yeah. And then I have to look at the calendar. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, so
your last month has been crazy, Roy. So I figured I'd help out where I could.
It's not been fun. My last month has been just everything that could get in the way is getting in the way, between my internet going down, between kids getting sick, between just hi Evely, how are you? Oh wait, his name is Justin. I'm supposed to use superhero names now.
Oh, it's fine. I'm like mixing it up because everybody else
the
like
secret identity.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm mixing it up lately and see my actual. Well, it's not there in any case. I'm doing pretty good. It's been busy too. I feel like I've been streaming a lot to the point where my understanding of time has vanished. And the past week has felt like, even today, it was Friday all day and I knew it, but I'm like, no, it's not. It's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. And then it's not, it's Friday. But it's good to be busy. You know, it's nice to feel like you're being productive and getting things done, but it is a little bit disorienting sometimes, but
it can be frantic.
Oh yeah.
For sure. But yeah, it's been pretty good though. I've been working on some of my own music a little bit, making time for that, which is always nice. And
yes,
I got a new toy, which isn't this is just a prop right now. If you have if you're looking, you can see there's something missing here. Royce knows what's missing. Royce, what am I missing here?
The XLR cable.
And what does that do?
The XLR cable takes the sound from the Mikey thing and it sends it to the thingy that it should.
Yeah, so actually my regular mic's still here, but this is for show, so I look fancy. We have
wireless mics. I would never use a wireless mic, ever. Like, dude, what kind? Okay, all right, let me nerd out. Let me nerd out real quick. What kind of XLR? What brand of XLR do you have coming? Like, do you know, or did you not care? Did you just buy?
Some brand, Amazon Basics, I think is what it's called.
Is it? That sounds Chinese. You didn't
I was
even
making
do like
a joke out of Amazon Basics. I don't know. I got one that was cheapish, but not too cheap. But I didn't want to. Oh, sorry. Actually, I bought one of the nicest ones.
Hold on.
I bought it. Royce, it was $90. Okay, it's rated 6 out of 5. It's so awesome. There's only one, and I have it. Nobody else has it. That's how good it is. That way.
Please tell me you did not just buy a $400 microphone and you're going to connect a cheap ass XLR to it.
I am not going to tell you that.
Is it okay if I infer that?
You can have whatever thoughts you would like to have.
You do you.
Dude, I have a fucking Mogami hooked up to this motherfucker. Dude, a 6 foot.
Wasn't that? The character from that was from
no.
Death Note, right? That was the monster in Death Note.
Do me a favor, just Google, just really quickly. Just do me a favor and look up
Origami?
Mogami XLR
Mogami,
cables while I introduce our guest. Mogami XLR cable. I like just look at it. Hi, hey. So returning to the stream, like quite a while later, we last visited with Calvin Gulotta when he was getting this going, and really pumping out the lore and stuff on his website like a year and a half ago, and finally we are here. And we can finally share the Kickstarter. Calvin, dude, before we share the Kickstarter, 1, how have you been recently? And 2, what kind of hell has it been for you to produce this book? Because this is an important conversation for everybody to hear.
So the first point recently, I've been good. I've pre-ordered some of the copies already, what I predict I'm going to sell, and I've been kind of packaging them away, figuring out how I want to send them off, what kind of medium am I going to use,
Wait, hold on. You're not even funded yet, and you already have books in hand to send to people who've already given you money.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course I do.
No, but
How do you think I pull it off?
I know, but this is a very important point. He's not even funded for what his Kickstarter, that thing that I just shared to you guys that you're like, oh, if I pledge this, I might get, no, he already has them. He is ready to send them to you, which means even if he doesn't fund his pledge goal, you're still getting a book that you paid for. That's fucking incredible, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The Iron Age doesn't fuck around.
Fuck
yeah.
no. All right, sorry, Calvin. I had to cut you off because I really had
no,
to.
You're fine.
Dude, that is an imperative point to make.
Well, I don't like drama at all. I stay away from it as much as I can. I know Italians, you're supposed to like drama, but no, I stay away as much as I can. I get enough of that.
Bullshit lie, dude. I've known enough Italians in my life. Dude, I've sat at the table of Italian dinners. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah. If there's too much sugar in that sauce, there's going to be drama.
If you feed me pre-made sauce, like from a can.
I'm about to flip a table.
Think racist.
I'm gone. Don't invite me back again. I will not come back. I'm going to forget you.
Well, apparently my still having internet issues.
But you're back now, so it's okay.
We were just talking about spaghetti sauce,
That's fine.
And sugar.
Nope. That's another story. I'll tell that story later. Oh, the internet issues pissed me off. They took money off of our bill this month.
That's good.
They should.
Yeah. We didn't have service for a week, and then the shit that they showed up to replace our modem that fucking died. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, this doesn't have as many connections. They're like, it's okay, the Wi-Fi is great. I'm like, I run nothing on my house in Wi-Fi. Everything that I run is hardwired damn near. And they're like, oh, well, we don't have that much. I'm like, that's fucking cool. So now I had to go out and I had to buy an Ethernet hub. And I was looking and I some of my old Ethernet cables, those got chewed up by dogs. So I don't have any extra Ethernet cables. So I'm waiting for a 2-foot Ethernet cable to show up so I can re-hardwire everything tomorrow, because my fucking ISP is like, no, just run everything off of Wi-Fi. I'm like, motherfucker, I run businesses online. You don't Anyway, Calvin. Sorry, it's been a rough few weeks, man.
You were saying you avoid the drama, I believe.
fine.
You avoid
Yeah,
drama.
yeah, I avoid the drama. And,
So
when I log
about
on-
hell.
I said I do. I didn't say my characters did.
He avoids
yeah.
the drama and puts all of it into his books.
Yes.
It's the way to do it, man.
Mm.
Got to channel the anger. Keep it all in, channel it through writing.
I have heard that there are. Okay, so please tell me if this is true or not for the writers. Are there times when you're just like, I have a character, I just want them to suffer. I just want to put this character through as much as I can. Dude, I've heard from some people that they're like, yeah, like I've even heard from like actors who like playing roles like that. They're like, I love playing like tragic roles like that. Like, I just how much can we put this character through? And it's like, fuck.
Maybe depends on the person.
I think it depends on the character too. Like, depending on what kind of character you're trying to write. Let's just say you're trying to write, like Ghost Rider, and he's supposed to make, the vengeful spirit and make all the sinners suffer. Yeah, then I can see a writer for Ghost Rider being in the mindset of, okay, how much do I want this bad guy I'm trying to write suffer? Like with a penance dare, where all their sins are laid bare, that kind of thing. But yeah, I avoid drama, and when I log on to Twix, I see all of this drama go on with campaigns being funded and nobody getting their books, like for a year later, and
or more.
I don't want my first campaign to give send a bad message. So Kickstarter is all or nothing, but to Royce's point, yes, even if I don't make the goal, I ordered all of these copies and I want to get them in someone's hands. So I would rather, even if the campaign doesn't fund and Kickstarter doesn't give me any of that money, I would still rather send them out to someone who will enjoy them. I don't know if it doesn't fund, if Kickstarter will still give me people's addresses. So I don't know how that will work. So if you ordered something at Kickstarter and the campaign doesn't,
I think you can go in right now and see who's funded, and you might be able to get like email addresses or at least names at the very
least. I can see names, but I can't see anybody's address yet. I think at the end they have to send out a survey.
Right. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and then once you fill out the survey, then I'll get your address. But yeah, right now I can see people's names, but I don't.
It's kind of why I avoid Kickstarter.
Well, I honestly, there's a story behind why I use Kickstarter. I was going to use Fund My Comic. That was the initial goal, was to use Fund My Comic, because I'm a big believer in supporting indies, and that's what I really wanted. But I don't know if he wants me to use his name, so I won't. But I met with someone who's an indie who's had several successful campaigns, and he tweets out, or Twixes out, X's out, whatever you want to freaking call it. I don't care.
Elon's
yes.
He posts, how to help. What you should do if you're an indie creator to, sell more books, be better, do better, that kind of thing. So I took a shot in the dark and messaged him. I said, hey, would you mind, setting aside some time, talking to me? I want to know, what made your campaign successful? What are the elements of that, etc., and so on. So he said yes. We met, and he said, hey, what are you thinking about using to fund your campaign? And I told him Fund My Comic. And he's like, he's like, yeah.
That's who I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew as soon as he started.
It's just the way that you were saying that, I was like, I already know who this is. Yeah. No, I got it.
I don't think he would mind, but you never know.
No, you're fine. I don't think he would at all. But again, it's the YouTube drama shit. Yeah, it's better not. Yeah, you're good.
So he gave me some marketing advice. He gave me some campaign advice, and he said, look, the truth is, he was nice about saying it, so I don't want anybody thinking he was being mean. He said, the truth is, you don't have a big following at all. You don't make any video content. No one really knows who you are. If you go to Fund My Comic, they don't have an algorithm that's going to benefit you. People who go to Fund My Comic get the most out of it. If they have an audience already that will go there and find them. Kickstarter, he said, has an algorithm to where they help people find you. And that's been my experience so far. Like after the campaign went live, I got an email from Kickstarter, and I twixed about it, posted about it.
You can just say tweet. I don't care.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Most people still call
I just
it
say
Twitter.
post.
Yeah,
Most people still call
okay,
it Twitter.
we'll go
say
with
tweet.
post.
Everybody knows what tweet is. It's fucking Twitter. Like, I don't give a shit what Elon says.
Long before Twitter existed, we would post things on the MySpace and the Facebook.
Okay, so first
I
off,
miss MySpace.
well, hey, what about
Yes.
what about AOL Instant Messenger? Good sir.
We would post things in those chat rooms as
Fucking,
well.
that shit was wild,
Quite.
dude. Shit
Because
was fucking wild.
when you type something out and put it up onto something, you are posting it.
Okay, yeah, so post. Whatever.
These Calvin's are like, dude, I gotta get the fuck out of here. These guys are whack.
No. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're
Thank-
talking about the algorithm
Fund my
on
comic, Fund my
Kickstarter.
comic, Kickstarter, yeah.
Thank you. At least
That
when
they
you're
reached
not an
out to you.
asshole.
Jesus.
Kidding.
You're fine.
But yeah, so he Kickstarter sent me an email just saying, hey, we chose your campaign as a campaign we love. Which honestly, I was shocked. I'm like, I have no idea what I did to get that special little badge and GIF. Don't know how to pronounce that either. But
well, I would say that we don't pronounce it Jod, we pronounce it God, so it's a GIF.
And it's graphic. Go
It's
graphic.
also not peanut butter.
Mom's like you.
Yeah,
choose
that's
GIF.
true.
everybody has their own way of pronouncing it. I've tried both ways, and I've had people like if it, like say I'm like just at like a bar or something talking to friends. They're like, that's not how you say it. It's GIF. Or that's not how you say it. It's GIF. I'm like, I don't give
Right.
a fuck. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's one of those things like steak well done with ketchup or medium rare. It's rare. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same.
What is wrong with you?
What the
Or-
fuck, dude?
I just wanted to
Fair
rile up
enough.
Royce.
Normal.
Daniel, you
Good night, guys. It's been a good
recommended
run.
him. I will fire fucking both of you right the fuck. Holy.
Well deserved at this point. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I just had to rile him. I didn't know it was going to get you too. Yes, GIF or GIF.
hell?
Tomato. We got you.
No, we're on
Ketchup,
to fucking steak and
ketchup.
ketchup at this point. What the fuck?
All right, I take it back. I'm sorry. Too
You
far.
have offended the Grillmaster.
Please forgive me.
Would I have served that to you when you came down? No. The answer is no. I'm not even going to let you joke. I'm not even going to let you take that one.
I see this.
If I ever served my
Sorry,
guests
Dad.
well-done steaks, I expect you to hand me a samurai sword, and I need to commit seppuku in front of everyone. I would never fucking serve that shit. Animal fucking gave its life for you, and you're going to treat it like that?
Tonight's IAK has been sidetracked by a horrible anecdote about ketchup.
Okay, Hunts or Heinz? Is that a little?
Oh, I hate
with the
both
ketchup?
of you right
Oh.
No. Why are you eating ketchup? Stop
Mute
eating
him.
ketchup. I legit cannot tell you the last time that I hate ketchup. That I am being dead fucking serious right now. I think I accidentally had some 2 years ago when I went to go sneak a fry for my wife, and it had some on there, and I spat the fry out.
Justin, go sit in the
disgust.
corner.
I thought I'd get a little rise out of you. I didn't know it was going to be like, where's that nerve? I thought this is.
I hate you.
I'm so sorry, Calvin.
No, you guys are fine. I have been watching the show for so long. I'm not shocked at all.
Like, oh, there they go again.
Yep.
Like
Those wacky fellas.
Mhm.
I just
Three Stooges, but yeah, Wacky
Yes.
Fellas, that's fine too.
Wacky Fellows, dude, that's a great name for like, oh god, I wish we all lived closer. That
For
would
a-
be a great thing to do.
A
for,
male
like,
place where they never mind.
no, what the fuck?
Hey, you guys want to go to Wacky Fellows?
No, what the fuck are you talking? No,
That sounds like a gay bar. I'll pass.
Why
See,
are
there you
you-
go. He
had
picked
somebody-
up.
I
on
had
it.
somebody-
At
this is
this
YouTube,
point,
guys.
I'm
Bring
gonna
it on.
ask the Iron Seas guys to make Justin just jump right off of the
dude,
ship
I know.
and drown.
Like I know some like construction dudes that have like they be working out
Walk
of
the
town
plank,
and they
you
like
scallywag.
they've walked into gay
Fair enough.
bars accidentally, and like gay dudes will come up and they're like, "Hey," they're like, "No, whoa, dude, we walked in the wrong bar." They're like, "No, here's the thing, just hang out." And like all these guys are like, "We have wives." They're like, "No, that's cool." And they're like, "Dude, it was the greatest night. I got bought so many drinks." They're like, "I now know how women feel." All these gay dudes were just buying me drinks all night. They're like, they knew I was straight as fuck. They didn't care. They were just like, "No, sweetheart, we'll buy you a drink. We'll treat you special tonight." They're like, "Dude, it was fucking awesome. I got hammered and I didn't spend a dime."
Now, what if you went and no
Flip
one bought
this
you a
for-
drink? How
Oh,
like
Just for
disheartening would that
contact,
be?
guys.
Nobody
dude,
talks
if-
to you.
Dude, if gay
Just
dudes
ignore
would,
you. Like,
if
oh,
gay
man,
dudes wouldn't even, that would be, oh, dude.
I don't
like-
got it anymore.
Oh, man, that would be horrible.
Somebody in the
That-
chat
dude.
needs to clip this segment, and I just want to see the
No,
title.
dude,
be
that happened to
Whack
my
Royce
brother.
Royce is popular
That-
at gay
so
bars.
my brother and his buddies and their wives, they were like, "Yeah, there's this new bar. It opened up downtown." They didn't fucking know,
Bats
What was
don't
the
let me
name?
down.
and they
was
walk
the
in.
name?
I
What's the name, Royce?
I don't
What's in
remember.
the box?
I don't remember. It was some
It's a
bar. It was-
surprise. You'll find out
dude,
later.
this was like, dude, this was fucking like this was like over a decade ago. This happened, but they ended up going to this bar and they're like, "Oh shit, this is like not the right kind of bar." And so all the gay dudes see these guys walk in with their wives, and they don't even give a shit. They don't care. They're just, "Oh, people coming to the bar. We're gonna have fun, whatever." And they're like, dude, it was a fucking riot, dude. They were like, it was great. And they were like, and like the wives were just laughing their asses off at all these dudes buying their husbands drinks and shit. They were just like, dude, they were like, it was awesome. Like, it's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I was like, yeah. If I was the bar type of person, I'd be like, man, I'd go out to get a drink spot for me at least once. I don't like
like
going to bars. I hate
animation.
people. I hate
Animation
people in
Overload
bars.
says
You heard it here first.
Hammer and Anvil.
Go to
was the
gay
name.
bar.
And Bat says, "Let me guess, Royce blacked out, but nothing happened."
I've never, dude. No, dude. I don't.
Only
go-
You
Albany
can't
would
black
know.
out on White Claw.
I don't go to bars.
I imagine if you drink enough of it.
From
Dude,
gift
just-
to gif to game bar stories and wacky fellows. Lordy.
I was gonna make a joke that would be wacky fellows. It would have been a really funny, like we could do like a Three Stooges like YouTube show, but instead of calling it Three Stooges, we call it the Wacky Fellas, and we literally film it in black and white, and we just do fun skits like that. You took it to a totally different fucking place, which derailed me even further. We have a fucking guest here right now. Why would you derail me?
He backed me up. He had the same thought. He's like, wacky fellows.
Don't
I
bring
can't blame
Calvin
him.
into
He's our
this.
guest.
Take responsibility for your actions, Justin.
I apologize again. I'm sorry. I'm off my game tonight, gentlemen. It's this. It's kind of off the circulation. I can't think clearly. That's what's happening here.
He's gonna turn into Mr. Garrison when his fucking.
Mhm.
Here, let's loosen up, and then
All
I'll
right.
be fine.
Yeah, the
Kel.
business news.
Yeah,
Oh,
really. It's tough. I can't get
It's
it on
pronounced J bar.
There we go.
No lies detected.
Is drunk 3PO here? What?
Is 3PO here? I don't know.
Shots fired.
I'm just
Oh
kidding.
shit. Oh god. Oh fuck. So okay, so you go for Kickstarter, and obviously like you're is the trailer safe for YouTube?
Well, I wouldn't put it on YouTube if it wasn't.
Okay. I didn't know it was on YouTube. I'm on Kickstarter right now. No, but guys, so really quick before we go any further with this, because we'll get through the whole backstory of this, but this has been years in the freaking making. Ooh. That's a
Thank you.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I kind of got lost in the music on that one. Like the visuals didn't even register for me. I was like, oh, that sounds so good. I will say this, like I love and simultaneously hate when like comics have like really good audio, really good sounding audio and music for their trailers, because I'm like, I'm supposed to look at the pictures, I'm supposed to look at the words, I'm supposed to look at the context, and I just listen to music. I'm just like, oh, so
Yeah, the composer I hired, he did a really, really good job. I'm very happy with his work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who did it?
It's someone I found on Fiverr. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember his name.
All right.
Dude,
Yeah, for those of you who
Fiverr can be
Go
hit
ahead.
and miss, but I've heard when you get somebody good on Fiverr, like they do a really good job.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. For those of you who want, like, to hire some freelance work or something like that, I've had very good luck with Fiverr. Make sure you read the reviews though, and do your research on the artists. Some of them have, I mean, you can tell if the reviews are bots. Really, they'll have like the same name, but just like with a different number in the middle or something like that. But yeah, I've had very, very good luck on Fiverr, so I'd recommend it as long as you do your research. I don't just blindly, accept and buy, without looking into it.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, God, there's so much we've got to get into here, because we have the last interview that you were on talking about the book, how you created the characters, and I remember a lot from that. And since then, I think that you had expected to launch this campaign quite a while before now.
Yep.
But there have been a lot of roadblocks. And I think I kind of hate to bring it up, but also not really, because I think that this is something very important to talk about when it comes to the indie space. Dude, you had so many things get in the way, and I thought that you were just gonna go mafia on somebody there for a while. So from the last interview, we're like, yep, I'm getting ready. Like, we're going to get close. We're going to launch at this certain date, but I want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. And it just seemed like everybody wanted to murder those ducks. So just walk us through
And then
this.
eat them.
And then eat them. I would eat the ducks.
That's what I was thinking. I was just getting to the chat. Murdering ducks,
Shit
eh?
out of it. But
Hmm.
dude, walk us through that whole process. Like, you have been through the meat grinder trying to get this thing out to people. Like, go.
Yeah, it's been it's been quite the journey, and I don't mind talking about it. If what I've gone through can help someone else learn from what's happened to me, be it my mistakes or someone else's. I'm totally fine with talking about it. I'll be honest, most of it's been finding a printer that isn't trying to fuck me with the prices. And, pardon my language, sorry if you people don't like cussing, but I mean,
Dude,
if you've been
I've
watching
said
this show for a while,
like
you should know that Roy says it all the time.
I've said it like
so-
3 or 4 already.
And if you've read my comic, you should not be. Me cussing shouldn't surprise you. Anyway, yeah. So there's just so many printers out there that will screw you over on prices. That, or they'll have like a minimum order, like say, you have to order a minimum of 1,000 units.
Mhm.
I mean, I wish I had the audience to, sell 1,000 units, but let's be realistic. I'm not very well known yet. So I'm trying to be realistic as I'm looking at these prices, looking at minimum orders, et cetera, so on and so forth. And then I would order like, test copies just to make sure that I liked the way the ink turned out, the way I liked how the letters turned out, the colors, how saturated are they, things like that. And most printers that I've worked with, it's anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks before you get your copy. So you times that by like 12 months. I've ordered quite a lot of copies from different printers. All of them, I shouldn't say all of them, 95% of them have, they've had problems. I'd either get them back with crinkled up pages, or I'd get them back with colors bleeding through the pages, or I'd get them back with the spine. I initially started out with the staple spine, but for 50 pages, that just doesn't hold together very good at all. So I went with what's called perfect binding, or PUR binding. It's glue. And that gives it the, that stronger spine, and I could put artwork on the spine, like Kevin Gulotta, Underworld Domination #1. So that way, if I'm blessed with having you put my comic in your bookshelf or wherever, you'll have that little artwork on the spine to find it easily. So I finally narrowed it down what printer I was going to use, and the first few test prints that I ordered went fine. It was mostly just me adjusting the pages, me moving the pages over so they didn't get stuck in the new binding, because going from staple to perfect binding, you have to move your pages over a little bit because it'll get caught in the glue, the glue of the binding versus the staple side of it.
Mhm.
It's much easier. And it was just this slog fest of, after I ordered, I think 2 test copies, they did what other printers did, and they kept sending me back terrible copies. And finally, I had enough, and I got on the phone with them. And I said, "Look, I cannot afford to keep ordering test copies from you people because you keep upping the prices." So one, to put in perspective, ordering one test copy initially was, I think, like $34 for one copy.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
For a test copy?
Yeah, just one copy. Because they do it by how many you order. So, for example, if I order 100 of them, it's not $34, $35, $36. It's like, I forget what it is, but it's not $34 per copy. If you order 100, the more you order, the bigger of a discount that you get, basically. So, it went from 34 to like 37 to 40 to 45. And then towards the end, I think I was paying 58
Jesus.
for test copies. Which, yeah, it sucks, but this is my debut comic. It's going to be as perfect as I can possibly get it. I did everything I could to make sure the pages were lined up correctly, to make sure the colors were great, to make sure that everything was uploaded to make it basically as perfect as possible. And then you throw in the shipping. So sometimes I'd get the copies and the boxes would be damaged, and of course the comic itself was damaged. One of them they left out in the rain, and the box was like soaking wet, and I brought it in, and I was like, seriously, I will not be using. Oh, I don't know if I can say who it was, because I don't want Rice to get in trouble for defamation. Because everybody's a fucking communist about that now.
I didn't say shit.
No, not you.
At this point, I would just say it so nobody goes and uses that freaking service.
Yeah,
that's
Wacky.
fucking robbery.
Wacky fellows printing.
I mean,
it was UPS.
Oh, yeah,
So
but
that's not who
UPS
I'm
does
using.
stupid shit like that all the time.
Oh yeah,
I like that's a known fact. Like, and that is honestly on the person. Like dude, you'll get shit that's like, hey, fragile, and it's like a box, but it's round because it's been caved in so much, and you're just like, guys, this was fragile. What did you? Why is something that's fragile now round? It should be square. Like, dude, yeah,
exactly. So I was happy with that. I'm like, well, I'm not using UPS to deliver my stuff because, God forbid, this goes out to a backer of mine and they leave it out in the rain. I'm sure any insane person would be like, okay, this isn't, Calvin Gulotta's fault. This is, person who delivered his fault. But still, I don't want anybody to have a bad experience ordering or opening up my comic. So then I'm like, okay, if this is what's happening from the printer, what's going to happen when I start shipping stuff out? So I actually started looking into getting custom boxes with my logo on it made and my banner. Don't. It is stupidly expensive unless you order like 2,000 boxes. I wish I could sell that volume. I will in the future, I know. But right now, I'm, again, being realistic. I'm not going to sell 2,000 copies. As amazing as that would be. Let's be real. So I'm like, there's no way I can countenance ordering 2,000 boxes. I don't even know where I'd put them. I don't have a warehouse. So I went ahead and I found these custom comic boxes that you can order off Amazon. They fold just like if you've ordered, from any like big name. An example that comes to mind, like Eric July stuff. He ships his and his custom boxes. They're basically that. Because I wanted to make sure that when I sent stuff out, it was in a sturdy box. And then I'm going to be using these flat rate priority mailers from USPS. So they're a very, very big package, and I'm hoping with me getting them as big as they are, nobody will try to shove them in a mailbox. That's my other fear. Is I don't want anybody's package they order from me to be shoved in a mailbox and then the comics bent all to hell.
I bought an oversized mailbox because I had that fear. My mailbox is it's comical. It looks like something out of a cartoon. But
Okay, good. So
I
it's not just me then.
Yeah, no, I was like, wait a minute. This doesn't fit. This will be a problem.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
I went the opposite
Sir.
route.
I was like, nobody? Okay.
So yeah, I'm doing everything I can to make sure that that people, when you order from me, that your package is delivered to you in a timely manner and that it's not damaged. Hey, talk from John Talks here. So hey, buddy, hope you don't mind if I name drop you, but for those of you who tuned into the stream early on when I was talking about who I met up with to talk about marketing and things like that, John Talk down there, his name's Tyler. I met up with him. He gave me some very good pointers and tips on how to market and how to do my campaign, and I'm very happy that I talked to him. So yeah, he posts free advice on Twitter. I would follow him if you're not already following him. He posts some really good advice, like general advice to help people out who are indies. What you can do to market yourself, whatever your product is, and it's general advice too, which is actually really good. So it's aimed to help out people in just generally speaking. If you want something more specific, maybe at him. He's a busy guy, but maybe just at him and just ask for his advice. And if he can get to you, I'm sure he will. But yeah,
Who's getting who now? Sorry, I was fixing my intro.
Oh, Tyler from Draw Talk is in the chat, and I
That guy's a
figured since he's
dick.
here, I'm gonna. Hey, asshole!
I mean, I didn't say.
Doesn't talk about my boy
I
like
didn't
that.
say I would hang out with him. I was just like, oh. I mean, I see people I see everybody on Twitter. They're like, oh, John Talk, he's such an asshole. I'm like,
He's always got shit to
I
say.
believe what I see on Twitter. What of
No,
it?
he just doesn't put up with other people's shit.
I
Nor
will
should
say,
he.
I do
Good man.
appreciate you taking time to shout him out and so thoroughly, because I love to see that kind of stuff. That's how I ended up finding this channel, actually. So I appreciate whenever creators take the time to do that for other creators. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I always try to support anybody who's helped me out or anybody that I really believe in. That's a big reason why I've got Raleigh and Royce's. They have a page for them in my comic because I believe in everything that they're doing. And I want to shout them out as much as I can. And then I got Richard's old Iron Age poster in there
Oh,
too.
nice. Very cool.
Hopefully his link for that still works. I did message him and ask him if he wanted me to update anything in there before. I finalized everything, but I haven't heard from him. So hopefully it's all still good. But yeah, it's been one roller coaster ride after another. I also went to the ER twice. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. But I spent thousands of dollars I did not expect to spend. Sort of kind of like, what Royce had mentioned in the first part of the stream. I had one doctor treat me like garbage, try to rush me out as quickly as possible. And I'm like, I don't feel good. You need to take a look at me. And we were there from gosh, my wife had to drive me. I want to say 1 a.m. to 3 o'clock the next day. 3 p.m.
Man, yep.
And the next time I see her, she just comes in and she's like, "Okay, I'm dismissing you." And I'm like, "What? No medicine, no nothing." She said, "No, I don't think you need it." So I was like, "All right, you're the doctor." So I was literally in there 2 days later, and of course I get billed for two ER visits.
Oh shit!
Thankfully, I took it up with the grievance committee. I said, "Hey, look, your first doctor didn't give me any medicine, no pain meds, no nothing. I was not treated for, what I went in for." I'm not going to say what I went in for. It's kind of, personal, but yeah, I should have been treated for it. I was not. And the grievance committee, thankfully, the good news is that they agreed with me. And so they gave me 50% off the second visit, which was better than I thought. I didn't think they were going to do anything. I'll be honest. I was like, they're not going to do anything. They just want their money.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did good. So yeah, that came up, and it's just I'm happy I'm at where I'm at now. The title is here, the campaign's live. I've got books pre-ordered for people. I've got some of cover A already. I haven't ordered any of the character covers yet. I'll be honest, because those are a little more detailed. Not the cover A isn't detailed, but the character covers. I'm still ordering test copies on those because I want the colors to be beautiful. I spent a lot of money on those covers. I was initially only going to have them as a campaign exclusive, but there again, I don't really have the audience to make campaign exclusive covers, and I would absolutely hate. I mean, in my opinion, these character covers are beautiful, and I would hate to say they're campaign only, and I sell 4 copies of each. That's I'll be believe me, I'm thankful for every copy that I sell, but speaking monetarily wise, those covers are gorgeous, and I want to get them into as many people's hands as possible. And I actually went to Riley and asked him. I said, "Hey, man, what do you think I should do?" This is actually after I was on John's stream, another good guy. He had me on to talk about my comic as well, and we kind of chatted about it a little bit and kind of concluded that maybe just put supporter edition on it and call it good. So the character covers and cover A, I guess you could call it the mass printed version. For this campaign only, they will all have supporter edition on the covers. That's it. After this campaign, they will no longer have supporter edition on them. And that's kind of, my way of making them like supporter exclusive. So nobody else, you'll have something that's unique. If someone orders a copy from me later and they get the same cover that you have, it's not going to have supporter edition on it. It'll just be the cover by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sorry for the long tangent, but it's kind of a long answer to.
Don't apologize. It's your fucking show. You're supposed to talk.
Yeah. The best.
Well, I know that I have a very monotone voice, so I'm not very pleasant to listen to. But
Jesus,
thank you.
Is that how you wooed your wife? You're like, hey, look, I know I'm not pleasant to listen to, but baby, I don't know what your pickup line is after that. You're gonna, I don't know. It's like,
my pickup line is, hey, you want to get in bed with a descendant of the Romans and the Roman Empire? Works. And then talk a little bit of Italian.
I like it.
That's exclusive to my wife. I don't want to. If I were to talk Italian on stream, people's panties would be dropping all over the place. I'd be getting messages privately on Twitch or in the Discord, and I don't need that attention right now.
Dude, there are ladies out there that just like they hear a language and they're just like, oh, like I'm told I'm not allowed to do the Irish accent around the house anymore. My wife was like, no, stop it. I'm like, oh. But no, dude, the artwork looks fucking gorgeous, man. Like,
thank you. Yeah, I love it.
So freaking long on this. And again, you were here like a year and a half ago, hoping that you could launch soon. And then I heard the back end of all of the trouble that you were having with printers and how they kept screwing up and screwing up and screwing up, and the amount of money that you spent to try to make sure that you got something that, and like I said, you already have books in your hand, like that you can send out to people right now. Yep. And what people don't understand how rare that is, how rare it is for somebody to actually go, I'm not raising the money because I don't have the books. It's more so I'm just kind of trying to recoup the loss. I already have the books. And like I said, your character designs, I know you found a phenomenal freaking artist to come up with the character designs. And again, this book gets really, really freaking dark.
Later on, yes. The first one's not so dark. I was talking to the gentleman before we went live, but this gets berserk levels of dark, if not maybe a little bit darker than that. I have sent the art studio some previews of, because I've already got quite a lot of the issues already written out. And as soon as this campaign's over and I ship everybody their copies, I plan on starting UD number 2. But anyway, I sent the art studio a preview of what's going to happen in future issues, and they came back and they said our artist isn't sure if she's comfortable drawing these scenes because they're pretty graphic. And I mean, we all love the artwork. I mean, so I don't want to change the artist. So I may have to. I may have to change the scenes up a little bit. Yeah. And that's fine. I would rather compromise and keep the art style than say, well, then, give me a different artist and they have a completely different art style.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I'm sure people won't mind too much. People who are like really faithful and really like Underworld Dawn for the story, and I'm sure they won't mind too much. But I think we can all agree that artwork does help make a comic, and if you change the art style, it kind of like, it's like anime. Like I like the original Dragon Ball Z art style, and then in later seasons, I can't remember exactly which one, but they changed it up quite drastically. And I'm like, what is this garbage?
By the time they get to like, especially it was like halfway through the Android arc, they really started kind of changing it. Or no, I'm sorry, that was the Frieza. It was the Namek arc when they really started kind of changing and adjusting the artwork and more fine details. And it's a stark difference. Like if you and especially if you watch like modern like Dragon Ball Super now, and then you go back to even or like Dragon Ball or even like original Dragon Ball Z, you're like, whoa! It is a stark contrast.
Even whenever they changed Krillin's voice actor at the end, it was like almost the end of the Frieza saga. His voice changed, and it was jarring. It took like 4 episodes to finally get adjusted to. So
yeah, the way that they did that was he was dead and only had a couple of lines.
Oh,
if I remember correctly,
it was. I don't think he was quite there yet, but we were getting there. Spoilers, Royce. Gosh, the show's only 30 years old.
Yeah, but as everybody has said, changing stuff like that can really kind of make people, upset a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So I'll probably end up compromising if the artist still says that she doesn't want to, draw those scenes. Granted, those scenes are a little bit later. I can tell you now that that UD number 2 is not going to be super dark because I have characters to introduce. I have to tell you about them, give you a little bit of background information on certain things. You will meet the remaining 3 of the ruling 4. So you met Herconi in the first one. You'll meet the next 3 in UD number 2. And some of them aren't happy with Herconi. He's a bit of a brute. And hopefully by the design I gave him, you can tell he's a bit of a musclehead. So, and then, you'll kind of get to see a little bit more of the city. Like, behind me here, this is Herconi's part of the city. And each dawn, each part of the city that they control looks different. So each dawn has a section of the city that they control, and it's almost like a different biome. And I modeled Herconi in his city kind of after the 80s. I kind of like that neon retro, 80s kind of old cyberpunk look, and that's why Herconi City looks like this. And I did that because I know that a change of scenery is nice sometimes, and if you're constantly in the underworld and you're constantly looking at the same scenery, I wanted to change it up a little bit. I'm like, well, how can I do that? So I'm like, I can kind of have different biomes for the different dawns. So I thought that'd be nice.
No, since we have spoken with you, like when you announced this, that you were working on this, your artwork has been top tier. You found the artist that you wanted to do it. I 100% agree with you that if they're not comfortable drawing those scenes, maybe talk with the artist and say, hey, I totally get it. How can we still make that scene as impactful as I need it to be? But them being comfortable, like, where's that ground? Like, how can we meet? I think you are, because this artwork is fucking gorgeous. That guy doesn't have a head anymore.
Nope, and his eye popped out.
Oh, that's what you notice.
Well, this scene was also a little bit more gruesome when I originally wrote it. Like, we're talking like intestines and all kinds of, gore. Because this scene was meant to show that,
Oh God, where'd it go? Damn
That's
it,
what
I
she
keep
said.
forgetting. Sorry, there's buttons on the side of my mouse. I keep forgetting that they're there because I never touch them. And it's like, oh, we're just going to send you to the top of the screen. How do can I? Oh, there we go. Hey, it's back. That's weird.
But yeah, this scene was to kind of show you that Eleanor may be cute, but she can throw down.
I was gonna say, is the tone of the story, because there's even in the trailer, there's one scene where it has the characters, I don't know if it's called chibi style, where they're like cutesy and silly looking when they're talking to him, and she's like, "Oh, is that judgment I hear in your voice?" Is the story, does it have really intense moments that are meant to be really dark, or is it supposed to be sort of kind of a dark, almost not playful, but you know what I mean? Like, what's the tone?
The tone changes, which is unique to each character. So Clavius is more of the dark, mysterious character. You're not going to get to know much about him until a little bit later in the series, and that's on purpose. I really want him to be as mysterious as possible until you find out exactly what he can do and why
Mhm.
he's doing what he's doing, how powerful he is, and et cetera, so on and so forth. So the girls, my girls, they're kind of the showrunners right now. I have no idea what that would look like. I'd have to see it.
Yeah, is that something that they would be comfortable with or doing?
I'm sure that they wouldn't mind doing it in a silhouette, but the way I envisioned it in my mind, you have to see it because these scenes are meant to make they're meant to make your stomach squirm and put the book down and come back to it. I want people to read these scenes, look at what's happening, and go, I can't go on right now. I've had to go into quite a dark places mentally speaking. I've had to I can't believe I just wrote that. But
Jeez.
again,
So
you have to take into account where they are.
Why go with such a? I mean, well, and obviously, and from talking with you before, like this takes place in hell, and so I mean, is that? But
It takes place in the Underworld, which is a separate dimension. Its entrance is in hell. So the
Yeah,
only way to get to the Underworld is to go through hell to get here.
but why did you personally make a decision to write a story like that? That does it is graphic, because we're not just talking about this thing being harsh. This is graphic in some scenes.
Clavius is the one that gets graphic. I'll kind of spoil it right now. The girls kind of do their thing. They get the job done. If they got to kill someone, they got to kill someone. I say kill, they're already dead. They're in the afterlife, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I do expand upon that later where they go, what happens when they're unalive. I probably can't say kill. It's freaking communist YouTube, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, I don't have the mentality to be a YouTuber. I'm sorry. I would get banned after the first week. I can't stand censorship.
That's so the only word that YouTube really doesn't like that I know. Well, there's a few of them, but the word for self-deletion. Don't say that word. They really don't like that one. But so just say self-deletion. That works.
Okay, see, I can't keep up with all the censorship that's going on. I know it's going on, but I've seen just stuff on Twitter, people getting their YouTube channels removed or their videos demonetized.
Right.
And I try to be very careful because this is Royce's channel and everything. And he's done a very good job building this up. And I don't want to be the reason that he gets a video taken down.
Here's the thing. This is actually on the live channel. So we have a little, because this channel isn't monetized. This channel is a little bit more free. Like, I'm not worried about it getting demonetized. I'm not getting ad revenue. We're not worried about people not being able to super chat me, because if people want to super chat me, I have the PayPal link that they can do that with, or they can go over to the Green website. They're not supposed to. Or for those that want to go over to Twitch, we're live on Twitch right now too. I have other options. So that way people don't if for some reason YouTube nuked this channel tomorrow, I have other options to go to. The streams wouldn't stop. Now I might have to figure out, because I genuinely enjoy creating, making videos and sharing my thoughts on certain things. I've got 3 videos that I want to record tomorrow, but don't worry about any of that. Just go for it. And like I said,
it's the principle of the matter. You basically invited me into your house, and I'm trying my best to play by the rules and behave myself.
But here's the cool part. If for some reason it's like, oh, hey, where'd that video go? It's over on the Green Mean website. I know most people don't watch over there, even though people beg me to go over there. And it's like, well, nobody watches over there. But it's over there. And so that's the cool part is don't worry about the YouTube thing. We'll make it work. So don't worry about certain words.
Well, I do drop the J bomb quite a lot too when I'm gaming. So
Yeah.
you see, I'm
J-bomb.
Hey, I served in the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, okay? That was,
Dude,
the best time to be a gamer. And I was one of those people who were saying all kinds of stuff. I'll be honest.
I was in Halo 2 lobbies. Halo 2 lobbies were, yeah, I was there.
I definitely did prefer Halo over Call of Duty, but I played both. Different friends had played different things, but
everybody says the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, but like I was in the Halo. What that came later. I was in the Halo 2 lobbies. Like those were brutal. And
they really need to bring those back. And by bring those back, I mean just stop at the censorship shit.
Yeah, it would be fucking great. Well,
yeah,
that's why I love like when we get on the rare occasion, like once or twice a year, when we get all the boys together and we're all playing a game that we want to play, and like it is a private, closed down chat. Because the shit that we fucking say and people are like, oh, PlayStation. Like we literally like, hey, is anybody on PlayStation? They're like, no, none of us are on PlayStation. I'm like, sweet, because Sony monitors that shit. Dude, the things that we will fucking say to each other, like they would literally ban all of us for joking around.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm 100% that way.
Dude, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's dumb. But anyway, to answer your question, why did I make this so dark and choose to do that? It's because I use it to tell why Clavius is the way that he is. Why is he so messed up? I want you to see him do things. You're gonna hate him, but then you're gonna love him, and they're gonna hate him again. And then when we get to his backstory, when he was a human, you're gonna know why he is the way that he is.
Okay.
And then you'll find out why he's, downstairs and not upstairs.
Right. No, that makes sense. Like if you're in hell, there's a reason for it. And obviously if the gate to the underworld is in hell, the people down there aren't exactly good. And the depictions that we're going to see aren't exactly good. That is the logical conclusion. But a lot of people don't take that leap to be like, oh, hell is a bad place. Bad things happen in hell. And it's not just murder and theft and people getting beaten up. It's also other things and other crimes and things that would make people recoil. And again, it's going to be interesting, especially with the art style that you chose to, because the anime manga style, which I feel like you kind of went for, which I think is a great fucking choice because it's so widely popular now.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if like with that style, I think that's going to soften the blow for a lot of people. But at the same time too, like that style like can absolutely, I've seen it, like can be used for some gruesome freaking detail. I mean, I've seen what Berserk was able to do with the old movies and some of the newer stuff. Like it is, there are scenes where you're just like, whew, I don't know if I want to, continue.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer's another one. If you read the manga, it's pretty dark too.
I've not read the manga. I've just watched the show.
The show. Let me say this: if Goblin Slayer, the show, makes you not want to watch, like if you can't get past Goblin Slayer, you're not. I doubt you'll be able to read some of the Underworld Dawn pages later on. I'll just say that. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but Clavius goes, all badass on people. They deserve it though. They're in hell. But there are sections in denizens in the Underworld though who you kind of question if they're really all that evil and why they're there. For example, go read Eleanor's backstory I put on my website. I don't put too many spoilers in there, but I tell you what happens to her. And I tell you why she's down here.
Jeez.
I was gonna say the determination of who gets sent to the underworld, is it based on our world's understanding of like religious concepts and things of that nature, or is it spelled out and is it more your own take or?
I'm Catholic, so I take a lot of, inspiration from that.
Okay.
It is my own spin on certain things. I'm not gonna say that's a Underworld done is not 100% Bible accurate. I'll say that. There are going to be like biblically accurate angels. So if you're expecting like pretty humanoid angels, there are some, but most of them are going to be that weird, like 4-dimensional Rubik's freaking cube, 80 different wings and eyeballs kind of thing.
So I'm picturing you going into confession week after week and be like, Father, I'm still working on this book. There's another scene I got to tell you about.
Confessions for sinners. I don't go to confession. I'm perfect. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
jeez.
I'm kidding.
Straight up, just like no. Oh man.
No, that's what like my papa would say when I'd say, "Hey, Papa, you coming to church with us?" And he'd be like, "No, church is for sinners." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, yes. Like, so that's all of a reason for you to come." But yeah, you don't get sent to the underworld. You get sent to hell. And if you want to go to the underworld, you can.
Huh. Interesting.
You just go to the entrance and take the Underworld Railroad, and then there you go. You're there.
So you just like hop on, like, I'm gonna go check out the underworld.
Yeah.
Is it
you
a
do have-
nicer place than hell, or is it kind of the same, just in different ways? Like,
I mean, I think so. Look at Herconi's part of the city. That's a whole lot nicer than I would imagine.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Some of the layers of hell, but
hell's
yeah.
just gonna empty out. And Satan's gonna be like, "Where did everybody go? Like, everybody's in the underworld. What's going on here?"
Well, on that note, later on, you do meet a character who comes to the underworld and meets with Clavius, and he says something to the effect of, "You say underworld, I say you're in my backyard."
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, and he's not too happy
Get
about
off
it.
my lawn.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to go to the underworld, you can. You just hop on the Underworld Railroad, and then you take the train through the tunnel to the underworld, the dimensional tunnel to the underworld. I've tried getting some artwork of that because I think it'd be really cool to depict that happening.
It's like
It'll be depicted later on for sure, but I would love to have some artwork right now for people just to see how they get there. But yes, I like trains. That's why I made Clavius like trains. I'll be honest.
I'm picturing like the DC
an
Metro or like
autist?
the train in Chicago, because I'm like, yeah, that's like hell to me. Like that's that's up there.
you heard it here. Calvin Gulotta is autistic. He likes
Yeah.
the trains.
Hey, if you're gonna be autistic, you better be handsome. And I checked both those boxes.
That's fucking awesome. Oh, dude.
But yeah, it's there's a lot of lore I'm eager to get to. A lot of stuff like I said, I've already got written out that I'm eager for people to see. I cannot wait for people to find out what Clavius is, because he may not be a complete 100% demon. May not be. You get a hint on his character cover. Hopefully, you can figure it out from there. That's the other
gotta go
thing
look.
too. If you look at each
Damn
of
it!
the
I
character
hate when you
covers,
do
they have
that
a-
shit.
they have a string.
Real quick, XP Comics for $5 says Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss have similar problem where fans get mad when demons in hell do bad things. They mentally can't separate the two worlds. Yeah, it's like, but wait a minute, like, guys, they're bad people. I'm so fucking tired. I am so fucking tired. Like, and I felt that it reached peak when it was the Suicide Squad movie, and I'm like, these are supposed to be bad people, and they're like, no, they're not bad people. Like, yes, they are. They're bad people. Why are they acting like not bad people? Like, bad people do bad things. Why are they not acting the way that bad people would act by doing bad things? And it's just because everybody's like, no, because I genuinely think that we have a generation of people who are just like, no, there's no bad people. They're just someone misunderstood. No, there are some bad people. Some people deserve wood chippers. They just do.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
Like-
I'm a believer in capital punishment. If they let me, I'd pull the trigger.
Mhm.
And I'd sleep like a baby the next night. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
I don't mean it, dude. I about said some shit. You ever type out something on like Twitter and you're just like, I should really retype this, and then you retype it again and you're like, oh fuck, that's not any better. So you like delete the whole thing and you think about it for a minute, dude. I said there was a tweet. You guys will see it. I'm like, this one guy was trying to say that decriminalizing child bad things is anti trans, and it's absolute. And I was like, yeah, but I had to retype that like 4 times. I'm not necessarily happy with the way that I worded it, but it was the only way that I worded it, because if the way my original wording for it would have absolutely been a call to action, and I could have been tried for that. And I was just like, yeah, and I should not word it that way. I am so absolutely fucking tired of having to watch how you say things, and although I'm kind of like, man, I wish people were writing more stories for that kiddos could kind of get into. At the same time, Calvin, I'm glad that you're writing a story that takes place in hell, and guess what? You're in hell, or the underworld, which is adjacent to hell, and bad things fucking happen, because guess what? These people are bad people, and bad people do bad things. And they've already done bad things in their life. They're going to continue to do bad things down here. And I just like the consistency. I may not necessarily be the biggest fan of the story, because it's just not my flavor of story. But I appreciate the fact that you're not going to back down from being honest that bad people are bad people. And they act in bad ways. And they do terrible things to other people. They're not these heroic, misunderstood. Fuck that shit. I'm so tired of it. I'm so fucking sick of it.
Yeah,
Right,
it
just
really
misunderstood, yeah.
So I have gotten this question. People have reached out to me privately and asked me if I have taken any inspiration from Husband Hotel or Hell of a Boss. So story time. Way back when I was thinking about being an independent author, I was looking through some of the stories that I had written, and I've got a few that I have all written out. I do have a children's story. I took heavily inspiration from Treasure Planet for that one.
I love Treasure
I have a
Planet.
sci-fi fantasy story.
I was just gifted this legitimately 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I love that.
It's going to go on the wall. I just have to clean some things up back there.
It's perfect. And I love how they did Silver in Treasure Planet. Like, yeah, he's a bad guy, but he has morals and ethics and values. And he recognizes, this poor kid, this poor fatherless kid. I think Royce is you still here? He's frozen.
Oh, did he freeze up?
Yeah, he froze. I usually have that effect on women, not men, but
Royce is a little bit gay, so it counts.
Well, I don't know if I should wait for him to get back or keep going.
Oh no, I would keep going. He would. Royce, if Royce was here with us right now, he would want you to keep going.
I am still here.
Oh, he's back now.
Oh, well, you were frozen.
I'm going to be calling my internet company on Monday because I'm about ready to hit the fucking roof.
I don't blame you.
Dude.
Do you guys hear something? I swear I hear something.
Don't even start, dude.
It sounds like a robot through a tin can, through a radio, through a waffle maker.
How's it feel, Royce?
No, is my audio fucked up right now?
No, you sound fine. We're messing with you now. You did freeze. Now you're back. Everything's
okay. I know I freeze, but dude, I'm ready to put my fist through a monitor. But I also know that my wife would get very, very mad at me and be like, babe, but we can use it as a tax write-off. She would still get mad at me.
Sorry, guys, got to cancel this week's show. I punched my monitor.
So you brought this new bullshit modem to my house and it doesn't fucking work. And they're like, no, it's fine. And I'm going to say, no, it's not. You're going to bring something that fucking, oh, dude.
Hey, man, I don't blame you.
I'm not the happy right now. I'm very not the happy right now.
I know how you feel.
Dude, I just don't even know where we were. I know that my internet is having problems. My hard line is worse than my fucking wireless right now. Makes no sense. Oh my God.
It's a J.
What's going on? It's Jay. It's Drunk 3PO. Hi, Drunk
Hey
3PO.
there.
How
Howdy,
are
howdy.
you, good sir? I haven't seen Jay in a
What
hot
up?
minute.
He's a busy
I've
guy
been
these
following
days.
his success quietly. You know, I'm not a very like vocal or social media type person, but I've
Mhm.
been following his success, and I'm very happy for that guy.
Mm.
He deserves it, man.
He really
absolutely
does.
deserves it. Like Jay,
Jay
is,
is the
friggin-
greatest of people.
He's a really nice guy too,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and
Cool.
I mean.
it feels good, you know, when when someone who's genuinely that good of a person sees that much success. I'm happy for him.
No,
But anyway, it
no,
was
you're 100% correct.
so I was going through the stories that I wanted I was picking out a story that I wanted to turn into a comic.
Mhm.
And the reason why I chose Underworld Dawn out of the three that I narrowed it down to, so it was narrowed down to Underworld Dawn, the children's one that I was talking about, and then my sci-fi fantasy. And I chose Underworld Dawn because I'm not gonna have much competition. Who else is telling like Godfather in Hell? No one. Now, for the writers in the chat who are writing their stories now or thinking about writing a story and picking a theme and such. The reason why this is a double-edged sword is because you can go to like Kickstarter and search superheroes, and tons of stuff will show up for superheroes. You can search sci-fi fantasy, and tons of stuff will show up for sci-fi fantasy. I have no clue how in the world Under Dawn would show up in anybody's search algorithm. It's not going to show up under superheroes. It's not going to show up in sci-fi fantasy. Maybe crime fantasy you might get it to show up there, but who searches for that? And so it's like a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. I don't
I
regret
think you're
choosing Underworld Dawn.
overcomplicating it a little bit.
Well, ever since I think I probably am, but given the responses I've gotten from people who I've reached out to try to get on shows and stuff like that, it seems like it's not a very popular like theme, and since mine is so dark, it's not something that people want on their channel. And I get it. That's why I'm appreciative of Royce. Also I'm appreciative of A Drink with Brink and John for having me on. Appreciative of anybody who has me on. But yeah, it's just been my experience that people find this kind of thing to be not something that they want on their show, which is totally fine. No one owes me a spot, so that's okay. But yeah, for the prospective writers, I would be careful what you choose. Because yeah, you might not think you have a lot of competition. That's good. Having little to no competition is great. But you also have to think about search algorithms. How are people going to find your stuff? Because if I did let's say I did a superhero comic, you type in superhero on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, etc. I'm sure it would show up maybe on page 5 or whatever, later on down the line, but it would still show up. So that's something to think about. But when I chose Underworld Dawn, I was sketching out the characters. I can do sketches. I'm not an artist by any means. I can't do the stuff that this artist did by any means, but I can sketch stuff out good enough to show the artist, hey, here's the general idea. Here's the references that I used. Make this prettier, please. As I was doing that, the Pilot for Husband Hotel came out, and I saw the success of that. And I was like, okay, maybe I chose right. Maybe people, this is a story that people will actually like because it's out, they're adjacent to one another in terms of location, even though Underworld Dawn takes place in the underworld. They Husband Hotel has Hell of a Boss, they all take place in hell, etc., so on and so forth. So it gave me the confidence that it's a story that people would like if they just could find it. And I also prefer villains over superheroes, so it was a good opportunity for me to write villains.
But what I mean by I think you're overcomplicating it is genres are umbrellas. And it's more like a Venn diagram than you really believe. So just from the tagline on the top of the Kickstarter mentioning a game of deceit, that's your typical thriller. so it counts as a thriller genre story. It's in hell and dark things happen to people, so it counts as a horror genre story. It's also a fiction about a fantastical version of the underworld, so it counts as a fantasy story. And all of those base genres can be used in your marketing.
See, you learn something new every day.
I never would have thought about that.
No, I wouldn't have either.
What I'm here
And yet
for.
That's a big part of.
Based off of what he's told me, I'd have been like, cute anime waifus get abused in horrible ways in hell, and that's not the way that you should market the weebs would revolt.
And you
But
see
you
what?
get a lot of the hentai.
Oh my gosh, Royce, I blame your wife for this, but she had brought up, she's like, once this story gets, more eyes and more people find you, more people read your comics, there's going to be Rule 34 content of your girls, right? And I was like, please
1,000%.
don't, please don't.
Yeah, that would be my wife. My
That
wife would
is an
absolutely bring
inevitability.
that up. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I'm like, you just put images in my mind I didn't want.
Eh,
But well, somebody actually messaged me and said, "Hey, can I get a body pillow of Furica?" And I'm like,
Somebody.
It begins.
I'm like, if you want to take the artwork from my website and make a body pillow of it, go nuts. But I'm not selling that.
I'm not selling that.
I don't
I
blame
love how
you.
you're like,
All
I've
the
got
big-
dark
yeah,
stories.
yeah.
There are scenes that make the female artist who drew this book uncomfortable to draw. But the fact that other people are thinking about this other stuff makes you uncomfortable. I just
Yes.
I just want the contrast there. Like you
A
have
man of contradictions.
Well, because it comes from my mind, and if it's me doing it to my characters, well, then it's. I mean, I have a daddy complex for a reason. But
Wow.
I was gonna make a horrible joke that I will not make on YouTube for a very good reason.
I'm not wearing gloves, so I'm not touching that.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I was, almost said that. No, just no.
But I do want to go back to what the good Mr. DP Riley did for me. You see, if you want to help support my work and you may not have any money, go to my website, read it for free, and then give me your feedback. I'm not going to learn and get better if you don't give me feedback. If you hated it, why did you hate it? Let me know why you hated it. If you loved it, why did you love it? Tell me why you loved it. Obviously, be constructive in your criticism. Like if you're just going to attack me on Twitter, I'm probably just going to ignore you.
Right.
Unless you really piss me off, then I'm going to say something to get me banned from Twitter because I try to be nice, but I do have my switches like every Italian does. And it is not hard to push those buttons. My wife has had to drag me away from many a public altercation,
Right.
because people don't have respect anymore in this day and age, and I don't put up with it.
Sad but true.
Yeah, Italians are there. They do that thing.
Passionate people. That's all it is. Just passion,
All right.
Oh, it's also hate. Let's not sugarcoat it.
Yeah. No.
There's passion there for sure, but it's also hate. If you're going to be an absolute
Good Catholic
dickhead,
repression, there's a lot going on there.
That's a fucking thing, dude. Like, that is a
No
thing.
shit.
Dude. Oh man. Like growing up, like you're just like, no, I'm supposed to be a good person. But there were times you're like, but you would like I'm not even fucking with you, dude. Like there were times I'd be so angry, I would like pray to God. I was like, please, God, I'm not supposed to ask this, but please just give me someone to take my anger out on. Thankfully, he didn't. Like,
Or,
dude,
or my favorite moment where you go, Lord, please look away for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes.
Dude, I had a bad habit of putting holes in walls, and like Albany and I are very, very different when we were younger. Very we're trying to never would lay a hand on my wife, but I turned around and put my fist right through the fucking door. Like, I would never lay a hand on Albany, but I mean, they weren't exactly fucking super crazy expensive doors. Like, it's not a solid wood door, but
Good thing you don't have a hand.
Drywall. Found out that I had hard. Oh no, I found out that I had hardwood.
That's why they call them
cabinets.
a drink with white cloth.
No. Okay, she's gonna say some shit in the chat right now that she's gonna make people think like, oh, he would lay a hand on me because she's in the chat right now. No, stop it, because I already know where you're gonna go. But I found out that we had hardwood cabinets, because they were really shittily painted, and I thought that they were just cheap-ass cabinets. Yeah, it turned out they weren't. Pretty sure I fractured my wrist on that one. Oof. I used to be a very, very, and there she is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my wife. No, dude, I used to be that person, like that.
Spanking doesn't count.
I was going to say backyard wrestling, but...
So we've got you saying you don't, and your wife saying that you do. What does she mean, Royce?
No, we're not.
It was just that one suplex at the table one time. It was one suplex.
No, not going there. No.
Where? To the bedroom?
No, yes, not. No, not doing that. Here's the bad part, because I know, I know Calvin plays Destiny and some other games because she's part of my wife's gamer group. Daniel is helping my wife with her book. Emily, I don't know if you talk with my wife in like a business sense or just like hang out and chilling with games. But I absolutely know that my wife has no filter. And I know that two of these gentlemen here on the stream have heard more about me than I ever cared for them to know, because my wife does not give two fucks.
I don't know what he's talking about, Chad. Albany, when I've gamed with her, has been an absolute angel.
That is a
She's
fucking
been
lie
wonderful.
and a half.
Checks out.
Angel is not how I would describe my wife.
She's bloody saint. That's what she is.
I'm just telling you what my experience is. She's just been wonderful. She hasn't said anything that would make me believe
I got an
that
attaboy from you. And I know that I got an attaboy from you because she was sharing a story about how I probably need a new bed frame, but we won't go into that. But anyway.
I mean, I'll
just say y'all are lucky I'm a gentleman.
I'm like, here's the weird part. I'm one of those guys. I'm like, no, I still think that, bedroom things should be kept private. My wife, she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, no, I'll tell people. I don't give a damn. I'm like, babe, stop it. I hate this so much right now. It's so awkward. It's just
Tell us about the cowboy gay bar.
I'd have to call my brother and ask him. I need to, dude, that is such a funny, the way my brother tells it is so freaking funny. It's so freaking funny. I'd have to call my brother because it's just one of those funny stories that you hear from people and you're just like, wait, my brother's one of those guys. Okay, apparently my wife needs a link, but she would join on her phone. Do you have good audio, my love? Because I won't send you the link unless you have good audio. Because wait, how would I send her the link? Okay, I would send it through her that way. All right, I'll send my wife the link. So if she wants to jump in, she's gonna have terrible audio, but no. My brother is one of those guys that either really, really bad stories happen to him that just makes your jaw drop and you're just like, oh, holy crap, like that really happened to you. And it fucking did. Or the funniest crap on the planet. And there was no middle ground, at all. Dude, I've seen my brother drop people at gas stations. Some dude said something to my brother one time, and my brother was not the type of person that, he'll tell you he's going to do something. My brother just turned around, cold cocked this guy. The guy hit the deck. My brother pulled the gas nozzle out of the car, put it back in, got in the car, and drove away, and was like, yeah. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, guy said he didn't like the way that I looked at him. Guess what? He didn't look at me anymore. I'm like, holy shit. That was my brother.
that needs to be a normal part of society, cocking someone in the face when they say something stupid like that.
Oh, dude.
No, really, I'm not joking. It really
No.
needs to be.
No, I know you're
it
not.
would be a lot more, hopefully, mannerly after that. Knowing that
It's
they're gonna
coming
talk in your
back,
freaking
dude.
face.
Have you? I've been watching Steve Inman on Twitter a lot lately. Like people are just fed up with it. They're just like, oh, you're gonna get in my face. Yeah, well, good night.
Did you guys see that? I think it was a little while ago. I just saw it, and I'm not on social media a lot unless it's to interact with fans because I hate social media. Last platform I really liked was MySpace. That shows you how old I am. But
platform.
The best space.
it really
it
was.
was pretty sweet.
But I saw this like on Twitter. So there was like this, I guess, influencer, homo. Wait, this is YouTube. I probably can't say that. Damn it.
You're fine. That's fine.
Homo
Okay.
sapien. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
human.
yeah, right.
Okay, go
Homo
on.
sapien, acting like a real jeweler. Yeah, acting like a jeweler from a jewelry store. Anyway, apparently he hired a bodyguard to protect him,
Oh,
and
yes.
he was walking around the mall,
Oh, I've
bumping
seen
himself
this.
into people,
Yeah,
and when
I know what
someone
you're
turned
talking
around
about.
to have a confrontation with him, his bodyguard
Mm.
got in the way. And I'm like, you really think I won't hit your bodyguard to get to you? Come on.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game to play for sure.
Also, I live in a I probably can't say this on YouTube, so I'll try to beat around the bush. A very first even number amendment in the Constitution-friendly state. So,
Second Amendment. You can say Second Amendment. It's
okay.
they're not
Well,
that bad.
I don't know.
A lot
Dude,
of
it's
people think
YouTube.
that YouTube is way worse than they actually are, and that's
We
and,
like
and,
the pew pew pew.
and the
pew,
reason that is okay. So, all right, all right. This is a fun conversation to talk about. Okay, so for all of the YouTubers out there that are like, "Oh, my channel's not getting a lot of viewership," it must be because YouTube's banning me, or
You're boring.
it's because you're fucking boring. And you don't edit your videos with retention beats in it, and you're not actually keeping up with the required editing stuff and the actual way that people create content nowadays. Like,
Add the wife, Royce.
yeah, it is she in the thing? Oh, hi, look at that. Hi, wife.
I've been here.
I have 7 screens up over here.
You know what Carlos would say? What would
Got it.
Carlos say?
Nope, we're
Thank
not
you, don't
going
Taco
there.
Bell.
That's not a fucking thing.
Quit being
That's
a
my-
fucking bitch.
That's my old fucking boss.
Yeah.
Hi, wife. Why does your
Hi,
hair
thank
look
you for
very
joining.
yellow right now?
Probably because the street light is my only light.
Oh, wait, why are you under streetlights? What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm outside. My mom and Tony are watching a movie. Stop distracting.
Hey, Tony,
Tony,
how you doing?
He's freaking-
he's very Italian.
Forget
Although-
about it.
he's not.
I upset Mr. Calvin a lot when I try to say Italian words, and it's very entertaining.
To be fair, before anybody in chat gets the wrong idea, I do not know a lot of Italian. Okay, I know some. I know enough to maybe have like a very childish conversation with another Italian, but I don't know a lot. I didn't really get to know too much of that part of my family because there was a very big fallout between my father and my uncle. Basically, if you look at the Italian family tree, they were all purebloods, think Harry Potter, and they didn't believe in marrying someone who wasn't. So, as you can imagine, that'd be a very big fallout.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn. Well,
And that's still not as
were
gay
they
as
okay,
Royce.
Were they okay with marrying Sicilians, or did you have to be Italian?
Um,
Because
I'm
there are-
stuttering because you're entering a territory that old school Sicilians would get mad at. So technically speaking, I'm Sicilian because my family is from Sicily.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
However, Sicily is a part of Italy, so I say Italian because let's be honest, if you're a part of
but-
Italy, it's Italian.
but there
Although
is
the
that
Italians,
thing, though,
they would
but
be like
that does
Sicilians are their own
exist.
thing, yeah. Because my grandparents and stuff, yeah, it was a different thing, right? You go back far enough.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
Nana is going to be probably very upset with me that I'm saying Italian, not Sicilian. But that's what I'm going with anyway.
The real important and pertinent question here is: does it offend you if someone calls it Italian?
Okay. Italian.
How do I leave call? Is it just leave studio down here?
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, it's fine.
Just start saying things like manicotti.
Dude, I was like, I don't know if YouTube would flag. I was sitting here thinking
Texans
about this
made
today.
me
I was like,
crazy with that when I was living out there.
oh,
y'all,
dude,
y'all been to that Italian place? Motherfucker, it's Italian.
My ears are bleeding.
Why are you being so mean?
I wasn't sure if YouTube would get really mad at me for calling you the Italian slur. I don't know if that's even a word that's flagged. I know it.
No, it's not, because let's be honest, white people are the only race that you can be racist to.
We can
So
test it.
you can call me a digger all you want. It's fine.
Oh no, I was gonna call you a
Or a
wop
wop.
and see if they fucking
Wop wop.
Oh, I said it. I'm Italian. If they get upset and pissed off at that, you let me know, and I'll send them a very strongly worded
Yeah,
email.
it's a starting word. Email. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
Calm
they'll
down,
spread it.
Sharon.
Italian,
this is the
yeah.
word of my people. Oh, dude,
That's the kind of Italian I am. I'll send you a strongly worded email.
I've had right. Look at this Italian.
Forgot to mention, Royce, apparently you're married to a black woman. I just didn't know if you saw that. So
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
someone asked if I was black, so I just wanted to confirm that yes, I am.
Now we know.
Oh, so
Who the hell?
you're
I
identifying
always had
as
a
black now.
suspicion.
Well, apparently you can identify as whatever you want these days. So
Yeah, Albany transracial confirmed.
freaking
Thought you all knew when you came to the barbecue, but whatever.
Brave and beautiful.
It was a little hard
I'm
to
so
say.
mad I missed
Stunning.
the barbecue.
Hey, my
I
love.
was supposed to go, chat. I was supposed to be at the
Oh.
barbecue, and I had to miss it. Had a family get together that I was not told about till the last minute.
Mm.
That's how my family works.
So, hey, my love. So we're gonna call the internet company on Monday, and we're gonna tell them the shit that they set us up with is fucking terrible. And
Hi, Maggie-chan.
the internet keeps going out. I am unbelievably pissed right now.
Oh,
Yeah, he
shit.
froze for like a good, like what, guys? 30 seconds? He's frozen for 30
Okay.
seconds?
For
Something
the
like that?
seventh time tonight, this has never happened on a stream. I
He's
am
feeling
not-
my
Yeah,
pain
big
now.
oof.
I am not happy at all.
Dang,
Yeah,
just
I don't
noticed
know
the
what
wind
happened. We
chill
had a
going on there.
surge.
Nice.
Oh no, it was bad. We had a surge. The router got completely destroyed, and then our company, something happened where they completely erased our landline number and gave us a number that's not even in their system. I tried calling the house to talk to the children, and it wouldn't go through.
Oof.
And it took them like 30 minutes to figure out what happened.
Dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
I will
it's been 2 weeks, and then they give us this piece of shit fucking. They're like, so they give us this modem router thing, and they're like, oh, we're gonna give you this mesh network thing, and I'm like, awesome. They're like, well, we can't connect everything. I'm like, why? They're like, well, it doesn't have as many Ethernet connections. I'm like, why? Like, well, it just doesn't. They're like, but our Wi-Fi is super. I'm like, no, the fuck, it's not. I want everything hardlined. Here's the problem. When I went upstairs to go switch her computer off of the hardline and plug my computer into the hardline, that thing that's supposed to be super fucking awesome and fucking really fucking stupid fucking gay, yeah, I picked it up and it's fucking super heated like the fucking sun right now.
Mm.
So I'm like, I am not fucking happy right now. I am very not happy.
Don't mess with a man
Oh,
and his internet.
No, especially when this is a business. Like, I make money doing this. Not fucking happy right now. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to do my best to make Calvin Gulotta some money right now by sharing his awesome fucking campaign. And you guys are going to go, and you guys are going to check out the fucking awesome campaign. And the reason that you guys are going to do this is because you guys are fucking awesome. So,
And his artwork is spectacular. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
truly, it is absolutely gorgeous.
thank you,
And-
thank you.
And I fixed all those words for him.
Yes.
awesome. So, before the internet craps out again and I absolutely punch my fucking monitor, Calvin Gulotta, where can we find you? What do you do?
I mean, I do a lot of things. I'm in garbage collection, as they
With
would
his
say.
mouth to Royce after the show. Sorry. I'm done.
You
Woman?
represent the union, huh?
Yeah,
You represent the union.
I'm the head of the union.
Oh, yeah.
They call me the Don, the Godfather. You know, it's just a title. It doesn't mean anything as far as you're concerned. Just don't piss me off. You know, maybe maybe I come to your place of business, you know, and burn it down and collect the insurance money. Who knows? You can find me on Twitter at Calvin Gulotta, or honestly the best way to get in contact with me is to just go to my website. If you want to like ask a question or whatever, go to my website. There's a contact me page there. I'm on my email honestly more than I'm on social media because, as I've said, I hate it. I don't like social media at all. And I do want to say to those of you that were in my Gilded, I'm sorry that I disbanded the server, but I will absolutely not put up with the Roblox nonsense.
Nope.
I'm still deciding if I'm going to do Discord or not because Discord likes to spy on you like the communists and socialists that they are. You know, nobody should be shocked by that. But I might do something really, really old school and put forums on my website, and you can create an account there and you know, post on the forums and things like that. I know that's a bit like early 2000s, but I don't know any other platforms to you know have like a community. No, Timberline, I'm not from New York. My family is. Well, technically they're from Sicily and they went through to New York and then came down in the Midwest because it was cheaper.
So you're Sicilian. You're not Italian. Never mind.
It's okay.
We went over this. You Irish prick.
You Irish prick.
French
Not
Canadian.
even a big one.
I was gonna say, like, dude, Irish, English, French Canadian, Swedish, like, I got all kinds of ancestries that you can attack. Like, let's
You got
go.
something to
But
fucking
they
say.
all have
You
one
come
thing
and
in
say
common,
it to me face, eh?
and that is that they all got conquered by the Roman Empire. My ancestors suck it.
Suck it.
No,
Why
that
are we
wasn't a
still here
question.
then?
They all got
it's
cucked
gonna
by
happen.
all my ancestors. That, by the way, when did the Roman Empire fall? Like,
Never. They just got reorganized in the Catholic Church.
Oh, shit.
That's fair.
Probably not, but yeah,
And
that's
it's still
actually,
running the fucking Irish.
Yeah, that's not wrong. I was listening to the Unsubscribed podcast the other.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
See, he
Oh.
fucking froze again.
Really
Are
appropriate.
you fucking? Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
definitely
there.
calling.
Wait, okay, you're back. You're back,
Yeah.
Royce. You're back.
They were like, why are people in the Middle East culturally appropriating car bombs? The Irish invented those, and I was like, oh
jeez.
shit,
You goddamn right we did.
I fucking ain't right. That's our shit. You can't take our shit. That's our. You got to give that back now.
It either gets you drunk or you die.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
oh, look at Royce and Riley over here at their accents. It's actually not half bad.
Oh shit! You actually,
Well,
you're.
that's who I am.
Yeah.
I
Evelyn
can
Music,
knows.
where can we find you? What do you do?
I
good
have to
sir?
leave this chat.
Bye, darling.
Oh, you're
Good night.
frozen. But
Yep.
bye. Thank you for coming.
Good to see you.
I'm glad that you could hop on.
Oh god.
Well, I was first saying it just because everyone went Irish accent, and Royce knows what that does to me. But my mother is beckoning me to come eat ice cream, and I can't say no. So I'm gonna retain all the Irish accents in my head and go eat ice cream and go dream.
Bye, wife.
Bye, Eddie.
Love you.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Me
You too. Take care.
See you, darling.
So I'm Justin, but I make music under the band name Evely. You can find music on all streaming platforms as well as Bandcamp. There's 4 instrumental chiptune rock albums, perfect for background music. My newer releases are like metal. It's like melodic death, post-hardcore, pop punk, Japanese rock. Got a new compilation album coming in the next couple months, featuring music I've made for all sorts of projects over the years, including many Iron Age projects like, if I point the right way, G Sedai. I got some awesome G Sedai tracks on there. Go get the comic. Why don't sleep on the comic? Go pick it up. Go read the books. All DPR's stuff, and I think there's some more things coming down with DPR too. As we approach Halloween season, so we'll look forward to that. Right? Awesome. So that's coming up in a couple months. We got a release out right now with Chill Kid. It's a 2-song single, and I'm doing a fun little giveaway thing with that. I just got to get the art finalized and get my CNC to do everything just so, but it'll be a little giveaway coming up with that, just as a thank you to everybody that's been listening to our music and supporting us and all good stuff. Tuesday nights, I also co-host the Iron Seas with the Sauce Cave, Ultimate Kahuna, AC Pritchard. We watch movies, we discuss films, storytelling, writing, fighting. We have guests on to promote their stuff, and it's a good time. And with that, a million thanks to the chat and to our guests, and I'll pass it over to our good friend. I haven't learned this yet. There we go. I'll pass it off.
Dude, I never do.
I'm gonna
that.
pass it off to wherever you are on the
Use your
ethers.
words.
I like the pointing. I'm like I gotta use my hands,
And now Daniel has entered a rave. He's just like, bros, we're raving tonight. It's the early 90s. I'm in my game.
To my attire twin. Yeah, let's pass it off.
Yes, mirror twin.
Oh God, Daniel, where can we find you? What do you do, good sir?
I am Daniel P. Riley of whimsyland.org, literary coaching and services. I help creators like you and Calvin below me.
You need to rephrase that right the fuck now.
No, I don't, because I've been drinking.
That was.
Yeah, you heard it right.
I'm not saying anything is because he's a really good editor. So that's the only reason why I'm not saying anything right now, because that is so easy to pick up and just tip over your head right now. But I won't. But
just wait until one day you're below me, Royce. Anyways. You can also find me on the Twix at Mr. DP Riley. G Said I #2 comic book has 3 weeks left. Actually, 20 days now, probably by the time
It'd
this
really
airs.
help if you would give me the link.
I don't do links, you know that.
You
can. Everyone can find it. It's very simple. You type into your little search bar G Said I books.
Click.
That's
we need
it.
to click.
That's
Simple
it.
Click.
Don't be a simpleton.
I don't.
GSadIBooks.com. That's where you can find everything G Said I. But keep an eye out October 1st for Heir of the Dragon, my new horror story coming out for Halloween.
That's gonna be awesome. I hate you all so much.
And I've got plenty of other projects coming up too. There's a million things going on. It's crazy.
DPR doing a million things. That's right on brand.
But
That's right on
a
brand.
million things. He says 4 words.
Yes.
Royce, everyone knows
I am a man
all about
of action. Thank you.
We know about all of his projects. He just doesn't tell you. Everyone else knows. He messages all of us about what he's working on, just not you.
But fucking why?
That's why we want to hear you have that reaction.
Because you don't pay attention. That's why.
Bunch of fucking.
You want everybody to bring you the information. You have to come find the information. That's how this works.
No, I refuse. So I'm like, hey, promote your shit, and like you tell me about your shit. And Daniel's like, I ain't telling you shit. You gotta
Fair
do it.
point,
No,
Tim
that's
Allen.
not how this works.
Royce's lovely wife makes amazing spices, sauces, and she also creates fantastic skulls.
The music stopped. Oh, wait. Oh, remix. He's gone. We've lost him.
Anyways, yes. The Lady Albany and her spices and sauces and skulls. She cleaned and prepped a wolf skull for me that was beautiful.
Sick.
It's up on my mantle. I love it.
That's awesome.